Alright, so let's talk about these Medicube Zero Pore Pads 2.0 because I feel like I've been seeing this little jar everywhere lately. Instagram, TikTok, Amazon skincare rabbit holes at 3 in the morning, you know the vibe. Everyone's either swearing by them or saying, not for me. So I wanted to really sit with this product and figure out where the truth actually lands. So first things first, if you've never heard of these before, they're not makeup wipes and they're not just fancy cotton rounds. These are toner pads that are already soaked in exfoliating ingredients, mainly gentle acids like AHA and BHA, which are meant to help clean out pores, smooth texture, and deal with oil buildup. The pads themselves are dual textured, which basically means one side has a little grip to it for exfoliating, and the other side is smooth, so you can go back over your skin without irritating it. Now, when I first opened the jar, the pads were definitely soaked, like not dry at all, which I appreciate. Nothing worse than opening a product like this and feeling like you got shorted. There's also a light scent, kind of clean and herbal. It's not overpowering, but if you're someone who absolutely hates fragrance, you're going to notice it. Using it is pretty straightforward. After cleansing, you take a pad, use the textured side first, and gently swipe it across your face, and right away you feel that it's doing something. It's not painful, it's not scratchy, but you can feel that little exfoliating action happening, especially around the nose and forehead, where pores tend to act up. Then you flip the pad over and use the smooth side to finish everything off. The immediate feeling after using it is clean, like really clean. Almost that squeaky clean feeling, but not in a stripping way. My skin felt smoother right away, and that's something I noticed consistently. Even on days when I didn't feel like my pores looked any different, the texture of my skin felt more even, which honestly counts for a lot if you wear makeup or sunscreen regularly. That said, there is something people don't always mention right away, and it's the finish. After using these pads, there's a slightly sticky or tacky feeling that lingers for a minute. It's not dramatic, but it's noticeable. Personally, once I put on a serum or moisturizer, it disappeared completely. But if you're someone who likes to feel absolutely nothing on your skin, that's something to keep in mind. Over time, after using these consistently, I did notice a difference in how my skin behaved. My face felt less congested, especially around my nose and chin. Blackheads didn't magically vanish because let's be real, nothing works like that, but they did look less obvious. My skin also felt like it absorbed other products better, like my moisturizer wasn't just sitting on top anymore. Now, let's talk pores, because that's the big selling point here. Do these pads permanently shrink your pores? No, and anyone promising that is lying to you. Pores don't actually shrink forever. What these pads do is help keep them cleaner, which makes them look smaller and less noticeable. For some people, that effect is really obvious. For others, it's subtle, and that's where skin type plays a huge role. If you've got oily or combination skin, especially if you deal with clogged pores or texture, these pads make a lot of sense. They kind of keep things in check. But if your skin is very sensitive or already on the dry side, this is where you need to be careful. Even though the acids are relatively gentle, using them every single day right off the bat can be too much. Some people experience redness, stinging, or even small breakouts at first, which is usually your skin reacting to exfoliation. That's why easing into it is key. A lot of people who had a bad first impression ended up liking the product once they cut back to using it a few times a week instead of daily. Skincare is annoying like that sometimes. It's not always the product, it's how you use it. Another thing I noticed, and a lot of other users mentioned too, is that makeup tends to sit nicer after a couple weeks of using these. Foundation looks smoother, less patchy, especially around areas where texture usually shows up. It's not a filter, but it does help create a better base. Now, let's be honest. This isn't a miracle product. If you're expecting glass skin in 3 days, you're going to be disappointed. Some people don't see dramatic results at all, and that's real. Skincare is personal, and no product works the same for everyone. There are definitely reviewers who felt like this didn't do much beyond basic exfoliation, and that's a valid experience too. Price-wise, it sits in that middle zone. It's not drugstore cheap, but it's also nowhere near luxury prices. When it's on sale, it feels like a solid deal. When it's full price, it's more of a do I really need this moment, depending on what else is already in your routine. One thing I will say is that if you're using these, sunscreen is non-negotiable. Anytime you're exfoliating with acids, your skin becomes more sensitive to the sun. So if you're not wearing SPF, you're kind of undoing the benefits and setting yourself up for irritation. So who are these pads really for?
They're great for someone who wants an easy exfoliation step without dealing with separate toners, acids, and cotton rounds. They're convenient, effective for many people, and beginner-friendly if you don't overdo it. But if your skin is extremely sensitive, or you already use strong actives like retinol or prescription treatments, you might need to be more cautious or skip them altogether. At the end of the day, the Medicube Zero Pore Pads 2.0 are solid. Not life-changing, not trash, just a genuinely decent skincare product that works well for a lot of people and okay for others. The hype isn't completely fake, but it's also not magic. And honestly, that's kind of refreshing. If you're thinking about trying them, go in with realistic expectations. Start slow, listen to your skin, and you'll probably have a much better experience. And if you've already tried them, you already know. Skincare is always a journey, never a straight line. That's it for me. If you found this helpful, you know what to do. Catch you in the next one.